How's it, guys? So as promised, we're going to be doing a video on how to make that turn the bunny spoon into a jig. Yeah, so I hope this video comes out as clear as I need it to. Just struggling with a bit of attachments here. Okay, hope this is clear enough. There's a little bit of shadow being cast here because of the lighting. I need to work on that. I must get some better lighting for this area. So what you will need is a decent split ring. I'm using the Daiichi hooks. You can use the Chino rings from Mustard as well. They work very well for this type of application. You will need a proper split ring plier together with a braid scissor. A small piece of maybe 100 pound or 120 pound braid. I like using JDB because it has a coating, so it doesn't flare, so it's easier to work with and easier to tie a knot with, because you're working with quite finer detail stuff. This is a bit of flash that I have, old flash that comes from Kingfisher. I have a small piece of the glow left, so I should have bought more of the glow. I can't find them anywhere, but this is basically what is needed for the spoon. If you can find it anywhere, you'll be able to sort it out. You'll be able to make it as effective as possible. Old Kuda duster. This is the flash, or you can actually buy proper flash. Yeah, and you'll need a scissor just to cut the Kuda duster up. So without further ado, let's try and make this thing as quick as possible. The most difficult part of it is to make the assist. Now you can buy the assist, but it's expensive. So the whole idea behind making the spoon is to cut costs so that you can lose the spoon if needed, to test the terrain. So first things first, let's try and cut some of this flash off. Alright, try and hold it as neat as possible there. Hold it together and try and get it through the hook. Now this is the finicky part of it, as well as the tying of this. So the better quality Kuda duster you get, the easier it is to work with. This one is not that easy, but it's okay. So some of the flash would fall away, some of it won't. Alright, so this is through. What you do is you bend it over, you hold it down as hard as possible with your hand. You can see the flash forming there. Alright, and you take your braid. Remember to work to push it in from the top end of the hook, just as you would snell a hook. So all the way down. Then you just tie it off with a 2-turn uni, and it'll hold the flash in place, and it'll hold the hook in place. So you don't need to do anything else. 2 times round. This is the difficult part because it's small. can see I've finished the knot off. Need to open it up so that it sits right. There you go. See the 8 forming. Just hold the good adjuster in place as hard as possible. And tie off the knot. There you go. So that's one end done. Now you repeat it on the other end and make it as neat and tidy as possible. Here you can cut this flash off a little so that the excess flash gets, but I prefer having quite a bit of the flash available because that's what causes the reaction bite. So neaten this off. There you go. Right, so that's one done. And then repeat the process. I'll just show you how long it needs to be. So you need to gauge it based on the spoon. Right, there we have it. First one done. Alright, let's do the next one. Now, if you look at these spoons, the Bonnie spoon is actually the better spoon. I've got a needle nose 15 gram as well, but the Bonnie spoon is the wide spoon. It creates a better flutter. So I'm going to be using the Bonnie spoon here. Okay, you got to remove this hook here. This hook is obviously too big, number one, the hook that it comes with. And also on the bottom hook, I had a discussion with Rob Kyle the other day on Facebook. The bottom hook, I usually take them off if I'm trialing an area. Maybe we could put a circle there. It would actually increase the hookup rate with a trial jig. But this hook here is definitely, it'll snag you one shot. So the whole idea behind using these spoons here is to test the terrain while still having a chance of catching a fish, obviously. Sorry guys, my hands are not as nimble as they used to be because of the chemo. So I'm just battling with finicky stuff. It's difficult. You get frostbite on the hands. This causes a bit of nerve damage. Right, so that's off. So now you need to judge the size of the assist. So the assist needs to be probably around here. That's the most effective area for the assist hook. So that's doubled. The hook needs to be here, so I'll leave about so much for tying, and then I'll adjust it when I tie it off. Okay, here's the assist hook made. You can see I just repeated what I did and I got the height right. It's quite finicky to work with, not an easy thing, but there you go. You can see the height is correct, and all you do is you take the split ring and you push it through. You push it through and you pull it over. and your assist is done. Now you see on the normal split ring, which I'm using, which is cheap, you've got an opening obviously, right? Now I normally just tie a piece of 16 kg mono inside here and then knot it up with a 2-turn union and cut it off. It's 16 kg maxima, and I put a small notch here so that this assist hook doesn't slip through. Right, and also it's a little bit difficult to get the split ring on here. You got to just maneuver this piece of braid around it and then lock it up. Right, then with the Bonnie spoon, you can see the underside of it is silver. This side is this goldish color, bronzish color, which I like. I like this color. It's the color of the goldfish McCarthy. It's a very effective color. So here you just cut thin strips of the, I'm going to use this quite sparingly because I don't have much left. So you cut thin strips of the glow sticker. Yeah. Alright, and then all you do is you create the, similar to the jig para, how the jig para is, you just create your lines across, and these things hold on surprisingly well. They do come off after maybe about 30 or 40 throws, but they hold on quite well. They create enough glow and a flutter kind of action in the deep water. Right, just putting the last 3 pieces on. Yeah, there you go. So here's your imitation jig para kind of spoon, slow jig, with this color on the other side. And now what's remaining is to just put the assist hooks on. Yeah, and there you go. There's your completed short slow jig for testing. Hope this helps you guys, and you guys are able to get some fish and get more into this facet. I know it's quite an expensive facet, but It's probably one of the most effective methods of getting fish here. Once you go ultra light with a 6 pound, anything will hit the spoon here. Anything will hit this jig. The moment you bounce it in the right terrain, if you move it past any fish, it hits it. Thanks guys.